You know, when the word accountable is mentioned, sometimes what comes to your mind when someone's mentioned accountable, which is basically a word from accounts. Definitely when that one is mentioned, it's what comes mostly is accountants. And accountants are people that account for money. They ensure that money is kept well. They document everything and they hold people accountable. But today I want to say that accountability is not for accountants alone. Accountability is for you and me. Yes, accountability is not for accountants alone, but for you and me. We've got to be accountable. Yes, we've got to be accountable. And I know it begins on a personal basis. I mean, when you're accountable to yourself, and this is something which is very much important. If you are accountable to yourself, it becomes more easy for you to be accountable to anyone else who needs your accountability. You are somewhere, you've been given some work to do, you need to account for something, you need to account through the report, you need to account through the finances that you are given. If you are accountable to yourself, you account for your money, for example, you account for your time, you account by the way you do all those things. When you begin with yourself, the other part becomes more easy to do. It becomes more easy. But when that other part is not done, when you're not accountable, like for example, you're not accountable when it comes to your personal money, when it comes to your personal time, it becomes hard for you to account for other people's money. It becomes hard for you to account to other people's time and many other things. And so we've got to be accountable. We just need to try our level best. We just need to be there and make sure that we are really accountable. God would want us to be accountable. God would want us to be accountable because He has given us many things. He wants us to account for our life. He wants you to account for the money that He has given you and all that. It's very much important. And so I want to encourage all of us. Accountability is so much important because when you're accountable, you are not likely to mess up. When you're accountable, you're able to see the gaps that are in between. Like for example, when you're accountable for your money, you're able to see, are you wasting money? Are you using your money in the right way? If there are some gaps you identify, then that one helps you to be able to fill the gap. And so it's very much important for you to be accountable. So I'm saying today that accountability is not for accountants alone, but it is for every one of us. You can imagine in this world, if every one of us was accountable, we take care of the world. When I mean of taking care of the world, we take care of our environment. We take care of everything. We take care of each other. We take care of the properties that we have. We take care of our environment. We take care of, just name it. I'm telling you, though the world has its own challenges, but we'll make this world a better place. And so accountability begins from me and then to other people. Find out, have you been accountable in everything that you do? Are you accountable? Have you been, and if you're not, you can begin where you are. And that's why I bring these messages, that we can be able to begin where we are. Is it easy to be accountable? It is not easy, but it is very much important. You're given some money to spend, and then, you've got to get those receipts, and if there's some balance, you've got to get it back. That accountability is very much important. And I know there are some organizations that are not doing well because there's no accountability. Possibly you're not doing well because you don't account for whatever you have. There are some families that are having a big challenge, conflict here and there, because there's no accountability. There are some churches that are really closing down. They're having some financial crisis. They're having some financial other challenges because there's no accountability. Accountability is very much important. We've got to be accountable. We've got to be accountable. And it is something that we need to be so intentional. We've got to be intentional. Like I normally say, is it easy? It is not easy to be accountable. But you've got to try your level best. Even if you fail today, try tomorrow, try the other day, and you'll begin seeing that you're really accountable. You can name it. What do you need to be accountable for? I just mentioned a few things. I've just mentioned the issue of, I've mentioned money. I've mentioned about the issue of accountable on time, and there are many other things that you and me can be accountable. We just need to step out there and say, we want to be accountable. We want to be responsible in whatever has been entrusted to us. And there are many things that have been entrusted to us. Accountability is so much important. It's very much important. And so you can begin making those small steps, and you'll see some good progress. You and me can make a great progress if we are really accountable in all that we do. Yes, you can be accountable. I can be accountable, because accountability is not only for the accountants alone, but for every one of us. You and me, we can be accountable. And above everything else, God holds us accountable. Yes, God holds us accountable on how we spend our time, on how we spend everything that He has entrusted to us. Even if you have messed up in one way or another, you can begin again. I'm challenging you can begin again. Thank you so much, and see you in my next one.